How did this deal come about, and who are you doing business with? Was it the same guy that you met in Mallorca?
No, we done split now. He done ripped me off real bad.
Okay.
I got to prison. I escaped from the. They arrested me in Spain. I escaped 3 times, and the 3rd time they put me in jail there in Mallorca. And
Oh, you were in jail in Mallorca. Wow.
And so prison in Mallorca. And so they took me to court for extradition. I had double extradition. Germany's asking for my extradition for this hashish. I hired a guy to haul the load. And the United States is asking because I owe them 25 years special parole. And they're asking for that. And they say that they got me for moving several $1 million worth of gold coins that they said they could have, it was before money laundering. They said he moved these gold coins that the United States government would have seized had they known they belonged to Reaves. That was the indictment.
Wow.
Carried 5 years, and I got 5 years for it. But Germany wanted me because
So they just made up some bullshit.
Oh, it's anything to get you to extradite me. So now,
Because now Barry was gone, they really had nothing else on you, so they just made something up.
so I paid the German captain of my ship $400,000 to haul a load of hashish, and he bought him a long cigar and a long BMW, and the police arrested him. They found the money, and they said, if you'll tell us who it is, you'll be home by Christmas. But they didn't tell him which Christmas. He got 7 years up in Germany. So now they've arrested me in Spain. After I got away from them so much, they handcuffed me this way, like over my hands this way, everywhere I go, and it's very painful if you left that way overnight.
Oh, yeah.
So
I can imagine.
You can't get out of them that way. So let me see. So anyway, they take me to court, and Mari's there and my son, and I'm there for the extradition hearing. And I have 4 guards guarding me. All my paperwork says use maximum restraints. So
Because you had already escaped.
So, and they got my history from Interpol. So I'm sitting there and I talk to the lawyer. I says, I wonder, I'm above the palm trees. How high is this place? I'm on the 3rd floor. And he said, you'll kill yourself. And I said, well, I'm dead anyway. I've got this thing, 3.5 tons of hashish charge in Germany and 25 years parole in America plus the coins.
Right.
So I bound across, when 2 of them leave to go smoke, I bound across the room and jumped up on the desk of the stenographer, which is 9 months pregnant, and I kicked the window out of the courtroom. And I jump up on the ledge. I'm handcuffed.
Like, not like this?
No, I'm in front of him.
Oh, you're in front of you.
In
Okay.
court. And so I look down, and it's an awful, awful long way. I thought there might be some power lines or telephone wires I could grab on the way down and break it, but they wasn't. And there was a car parked a little bit up on it. It looked like it was a station wagon. And I'd worked on the Los Angeles Fire Department and practiced jumping in the net from 4 floors. So I'd bailed out and hit the top of that car, wham. And the roof
What was your strategy when you were falling from the...
I hit right on my heels and my butt, right in, and the roof caved in and saved my life. But it went down, it destroyed that car. And the
Like in a sitting position you landed?
Yeah.
Okay.
But more on my feet.
Okay, more on your feet.
And I still have a dead spot in my back from that jump. It gets hot if I get upside of something. I have to get it off.
Oof.
So I mean, it was like Donald Duck. I jumped out of that car and ran. Anyhow, the next day the newspaper said Spider-Man escapes. Anyhow, they caught me and they extradited me up to Germany. And Germany gave me 8 years for using a German citizen in an international crime. They didn't have any hashish or nothing, but because I'd hired a German citizen, and he told, if he'd have kept his mouth shut, there'd been nothing. So I got 8 years up there.
So you spent the next 8 years of your life in Germany in prison?
No, after 1 year, I escaped from Lubeck maximum security prison.
What?
Yeah, I don't think anybody ever escaped. So I went out to the bars and got all cut up real bad and hurt and lost my clothes and got my shoes and.
So this wasn't some sort of like tunneling escape, right?
Oh no, I went through the bars, and went up, got on the roof and went above the guard towers. And then I jumped down on one guard tower by the sally port and bailed over the fence into a pile of dirt, a sand pile, and got away. And a woman was there. I watched her, and it was raining real hard, and I'd lost my clothes, most of them, and I had my blue jeans on, and I watched her and a little boy come, and she brought her husband to the door. And when she went back, I jumped on top of the the guard tower, which was one floor below me, and the guy went, "Hey!" It was a tin roof. And they're trained to kill you. I mean, they got this thing that moves out there, and then I went across, and I went straight towards her so he couldn't shoot me. And then I went around behind the cars and was running downhill, I mean, striding. And here I heard bam, bam, bam. She's up on the sidewalk knocking the parking meters over, trying to kill me. And I jumped behind some car, and she just, yeah, at me. And the little boy standing in the seat, she tore the fender off of her car on another car trying to get me.
Really?
So I jumped over a fence, and it cut my hands all up. They had glass on top of it, and I had shoes on with $200 that Mari had slipped me in the prison. And my shoes went down. I went almost half my knees in the mud and the blood and cut my chest all up. Oh, man. And so I took off running and lost my shoes and my $200. Now I'm barefooted and just have a pair of blue jeans, no top on, and I get away and get to Holland. Whew.
And you got to Holland. You crossed the border.
Just crossed the border. I had a heck of a time.
At what point did you meet up with Mari?
I didn't. She was mad with me. Told me to go back.
Ooh. Ouch. Why was she mad? Because you escaped?
You're destroying my life. What do you mean?
Oh, my gosh.
That police going to be here anytime. I can't get the papers out of the house. What do I do with them?
Right.
Bury them under a rock. I don't care. Go. So I think she was tired of it at that time.
How old were you at this point when you escaped that prison in Germany?
It was 1990, so I was 47 years old.
47 years old. Wow. And what did you do when you got to Holland?
I met up with Mari's cousin, and she had buried $100,000 for me on the place there in case I did get out. And she told me, you go to the linden tree, you go to the haystack, and then you go to the linden tree, and you turn right, and you go 10 steps. But she didn't tell me there's 20 linden trees. So we had fun.
So they were messing with you, huh?
No. I mean, Mari just remembered how she got to where she buried it. So I got an iron rod and I finally found it.
Oh, okay.
And got some money, and then I got me some clothes. I stayed there for a while and got a passport, and I went back to South America. And then I went back to see the Colombians and the people that I knew, and stayed there for a while. And then I got a job to take a boat to Australia with a ton of cocaine on it.